All right. I'm going to get clear because I'm going to use a pry bar to pull this off of these bolts. Because once we're free of that, our spring will be clear. Bigger pry bar. Bigger pry bar, more leverage. Now I'm keeping myself clear of this because when it pops, it's gonna pop, and it's not gonna let me go any further until I pop the bolt pin out for the top control arm. All right, had some movement. Alright, we're about there. And there, we're off. Let me fight with this guy for a minute. And we're loose. And we're done outside. That's our pin for our top. Pay attention when you do this. Beforehand, and I didn't bother to go down and shoot, I apologize. A lot of times when you get your front end alignment, this is where the spacers are going to go. For example, this one fell out. And if I were reusing this, I would have to go through and try to figure out what side it came off of. And I'm looking at metal and I see some non-corroded metal right there, so I can kind of deduce that that guy was sitting right there. It was a single shim for alignment on this side. So at this point, shock's out, everything's clear of the shock tower. You would have your caliper hanging from a coat hanger, make sure it was okay. But as of right now, we're done with this portion. You'd repeat on the other side, and in the next step we'll take it in, drill out the rivets for the ball joints, and then start pressing our bushings out and then get them repacked. Alright, so now I've got the spindle secured to the vise, and I'm going to go ahead and get the nuts for the upper and lower ball joint off, so I can get both of the control arms free, and then go out and press the ball joints out of the spindle. Then I can go about getting the bushings out of the upper and lower control arms, getting everything cleaned up, getting it painted, and getting it ready to get repacked. So I sprayed some PV Blaster on, let it do a little bit of work, and I'm going to hit it with the propane torch. A little bit of help. Just a little bit of help. And there we go, 22 millimeter. Again, you have a clearance issue. With the big stuff. That should be fine, almost. Yes, I do plan on getting a 22 millimeter ratcheting wrench, because I will use it. Alright, that's one nut, nylon lag washer nut for the lower ball joint attached to the lower control arm from the spindle, and we've got another one up top for the upper mount. Whoa! Now that I got myself reattached, that's not so bad. Don't put it back on, dummy. This is a technique I do like to apply pressure to keep the tool on the fastener that I'm working on. I've rounded enough bolts and broken enough stuff in my day to make that pretty much a habit to prevent myself heartache in the future. All right. Lock nut, nylon washer. Just like the top, your new control arms, I'm sorry, your new bushings should come with these. All right, for fun, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use a pickle fork to get these off to show you guys. When doing this, you can save yourself some frustration by doing a couple of things. One is using a hammer that has enough butt behind it, like a 24 ounce or 32 ounce, to be able to get the drive of the pickle fork in there, and also to use some heat on this cast eyelet for the bolt to go in, just to let that expand a little bit, and it's going to go a long way to help you get this off with a pickle fork rather easily. So I'm going to give this some good wax, and I am wearing safety glasses and gloves. That's pretty thick cast iron. So I don't have to worry about deforming it. This metal's not going to get brittle. I'm not quenching it. It's not going to crack. It's plenty strong. I'm not putting nearly enough heat out to get any of this stuff molten or change any of its shape. Just applying some heat for the expansion characteristics to help me get that this ball joint has been in there since new, if I were a betting man. Just like that. You switch over to the top.